Everyone having a good time? Yeah, we started out with this banquet a number of years ago, and it was hard to get about 50 of us or 75 of us. So thanks to the LOC, they've given some gratuity tickets here. And I think there are 250 seats will be filled, or they're going to do 250 dinners. So I'll go thanks to the LOC. It's always interesting coming to a new place. How many people drove here?
It's a lot.
Quite a few. This is the only track meet I've ever come to. We're in the middle of the track meet. I had to get an oil change in the car. There's only miles on it. How many people flew here? Wow, most of you flew here. I flew here myself. So,
flew with your own plane? I flew my own plane.
Oh, you'll appreciate what happened to me then.
No, I flew my own plane.
I know, you appreciate it. So it was quite a bumpy flight.
Uh-oh.
You know, one of those you hang on in front of you, or, you put up your little... Yeah, all that stuff. So when you get to the front of the plane, the pilot's there, and the flight attendant's there, and the pilot had one of these tough landings. They're kind of looking down, like they don't want to look at you. And behind me, the little old lady, so I let her go by me, and she got up by the pilot. Pilot's still looking down, he's embarrassed with the whole landing. So the lady says, "Can I ask you a question?" So the pilot says, "Oh, sure, ma'am. What happened?" She said, "I just want to know, did we land or did we get shot down?" So that didn't really happen, you know. So I always like, this is always an occasion to do some acknowledgments. You know, as you know, none of us get paid to do this. You know, there's so many people we have to thank. So the LOC, who's represented by the university, Grand Valley State University, and the West Michigan Sports Commission are the sponsors for the track meet. So you've seen those folks out there. Have a hand. As most of you, I've been through about, probably 30, 40, 50 track meets. There is not a finer facility than I've been at than here. I mean, it shows what the latest architecture and facilities and equipment can do for you. Even the timing company was delighted at how easy it was to switch the finish line from one end to the other without charging us an exorbitant fee. So, how about the official? There are 90 officials here. 90. I stood for a while over by the long jump. I almost called it the other jump, but over by the long jump, they were bumping into each other. There were so many of them there. People happy. It's the truth. Yeah. Generally, they have to argue about who's not going to, sweep. But anyway, it's good fun. So 90 officials, astonishing. The college put most of them up at the dorms. They say the dorms are gorgeous. So if you want to send your kid to school, it's probably not a bad place to come. One of my golf buddies from Florida was here. He's a Grand Rapids resident. He's an alumni of the college. 4 of his children went here. He said when he came here in the 60s, there were 4 buildings here. So let's give you a sense of where your tuition money is going to, or when. It's 30,000, I think. 30,000 students. Who's here from the Games Committee? Stand up. Come on. You're it? The rest are working. Go ahead. Choice didn't have drink. Did you? Oh, no, you didn't say that. So that's good. And you may recall also we used to have trouble getting folks from the national office to come here and help us out. I think I counted 7 people from Indianapolis. Of course, they could drive here, but there are 7 people from Indianapolis that got sent here to help us do media. Right, Bob? Yep. You have one for media. There are people, of course, selling us stuff, which is gorgeous. You can afford that stuff. It's, I don't think we're buying Christmas presents to give away for that stuff. Anyway, and the only other group that I'd like to recognize is USATF's here, but we don't want to talk about that now.
They will be very visible the next 2 days.
Well, they're here. That's all I'm just letting you know they're here. If you see one, just say hello.
Get that tap on your shoulder.
I'm going to say thank you for being here. Let's try a couple of other things. Updating, looking a little forward. How many people went to Albuquerque?
Not this time.
For work.
I have good and bad news. We're going back to Albuquerque for the indoor again. There's some, don't, when you go online and you're looking at the dates for Albuquerque, don't act yet because there's something going on with the dates. So be careful with that. Don't start making reservations quite yet.
That's pretty fun.
They have another event there, the indoor championships are going to be in Albuquerque. So we're struggling with the schedule, the world indoor meetings in Dago in March. So we're frankly struggling with dates. We don't want to have a back-to-back our national championship and going to world meet back-to-back. This doesn't work. Yeah. The outdoor meet, there were two people here from, what happened to your buddy? Oh, there they are. Where are we going, fellas? Baton Rouge. So they have a table back around by the concession area, I think. So stop over and say hi to Baton Rouge. Those dates are pretty fixed, I think, yeah? Okay, we're good with that. Okay, good deal. I have a couple of more announcements. You can talk later after I'm done, okay? Got a couple of folks here. Doug Smith. Doug Smith and his contingent, the Toronto folks are bidding on the WMA meet for 2020. So when you get to Perth, you know, start talking it up, tell them that's where we want to go.
So the other delegates vote for it, because we are.
I don't know about that, Carol. So speaking about WMA, let me give you a little update on what's going on with the Perth meet. I'll just give you that update, then I'm out of your way, and then you can eat dinner without listening to me. I just received some communication about the uniforms. There's always a bit of interest in uniforms. My understanding is now that package is being put together from the folks that just came back from the trials. We will get the same as if you went to Lyon, a free uniform of your choice for a top. Could be a sprint suit, whatever it is. First it'll be the uniforms from London, and when they run out of that, my understanding is we're going to get the uniforms from Brazil. So that'd be a treat, but we'll see. And they're also going to expand the number of options for clothing 75% off. So if you bought any of that stuff, it's terrific stuff. So it's the Olympic uniforms. If you can buy any of that at 75% off, buy it because you won't get another shot at it maybe.
Team Hotel.
I'm getting number 2. Bob reminds me. We've again arranged for a team hotel. It's if you checked out the prices in Perth, it's a pretty good deal, and you can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with your buddies.
Free breakfast.
Free breakfast, free Wi-Fi. Our media guy was able to negotiate some deal. I don't know. I think he paid for half of it himself.
Thanks, Bob.
And the last thing I have to announce is you may have seen online someplace, I heard it, there's a travel assistance program. If you think you want to apply for some travel assistance, that has to be into me via U.S. mail or email by the 24th. And those will be announced by the end of the month. And Crystal Donnelly wants me to mention, if you're going to Australia, you damn well better get a visa, or otherwise you can't leave the country. You can't leave the U.S. And that's all I have. And we're going to have dinner now, and then Mary's going to come up after dinner, and we're going to do awards. So thank you all.
Hall of Fame to please come forward and stand on the side of the stage. All of the current people in the Hall of Fame. Please come forward. I'm going to ask you to line up right down here.
What a
I'm going to ask you to line up in a straight line. And I'll tell you the reason for that. As we call up the inductees for the 2015 Hall of Fame class, they're going to go by each one of you, and you will congratulate them and welcome to the Masters Hall of Fame.
That's great. That's the all-star introductions.
This is the plaque that the Masters Hall of Fame recipients for 2015 will receive. It has their picture in action on it, and it recognizes them in the class of 2015. I'm going to call up the people that are here. There are a number of people. John Altendorf and Gary Wadry are not here tonight. Gary will receive his award at the USATF National Outdoor Decathlon Championships, which will be in 2 weeks. And John Altendorf will receive his in the mail because he could not come today. So can I ask the following people to come forward? And as you come forward, you're going to go all the way down to the end by Joy, and she will congratulate you as you come up.
She'll give you a high
And then you'll come up on stage. George Mathews, Oscar Peyton, and Phil Brusca. 2015 Hall of Fame inductees. First one coming up and being congratulated is George Mathews. Second person coming up and being congratulated is Oscar Peyton. Phil Brusca, going to be here, still here? Oh, okay. Come on up, Phil.
You got to start all the way down there, Phil. Phil, you got to start all the way down there.
I'm going to have each of the inductees into the Hall of Fame, starting with George. So just to describe, George is also inducted as an athlete administrator for his work both for Masters Track and Field and as an athlete. I'm going to ask each one as they come up to just give a brief story about the kinds of sport events they are involved in Masters Track and Field. We'll start with George.
Well, I guess it's more than being an athlete in my case, because it's almost like not being in just partially. In order to prosper in throwing, we started, Ken Weinball and myself, and we started off with at a local level and worked our way up to national level, and that means putting on meets, competing, coaching, officiating, all the things that are important for the growth and I think the prospering of our sport. Thank you.
Tell them what your current events are.
My current events?
What do you do?
What do I do? I'm a hammer thrower and a weight thrower.
Well, I guess I'm going to start off talking about what I do. I'm a 100-meter runner and a 200-meter runner, sprinter. But I guess it all started for me when I turned about 50 years old, and I discovered the world of Masters track and field, which among a lot of people did not know existed. But as I joined and started competing, the biggest joy that I found was not just winning medals, but the family that I've grown to meet. All you guys out here, this what makes this thing work for me. It's all this camaraderie I get from it.
And Phil. What's up?
I don't know what to say, but I'm going to say it. I've been to these since my age 55. Every one of them. I am now 89. Someday, I hope I can still stand and say I'm 100. But anytime I introduce myself and tell them I'm 89, they say, oh no. But you know why I can say that and say it proudly? Because of this kind of thing. Track and field has been my life. I'm very proud to receive this. I hope I continue to be a person of pride. Thank you.
Inductees into the Masters Hall of Fame.
Each one of you as an active athlete has the ability to come and vote along with your 57 delegates from all the associations. So we run Masters Track and Field, but it's you guys, all right? If there's problems, concerns, whatever, you guys need to get that to the appropriate people, whether that be your Masters chair, your association, the vice chair, the games committee, whoever, all right? So if things are not being done the way you think they should be done, you guys need to speak up. You need to make that known. Things are going on in your associations. You need to talk to your association reps and make those things known, all right? So if you want to have an impact on the future of Masters Track and Field, you guys need to come to the annual meeting in December and vote. Thank you.